Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. We recently installed a JLT Performance cold air intake kit on this 2016 GT350. Like we mentioned in the video, when you're installing the JLT, it will require a custom tune because of the larger diameter piping and increased airflow. When it came time to tune our Shelby, the Lund Racing LR-nGauge tuner was the obvious choice. The LR-nGauge itself is the most advanced tuner on the market. Lund is one of the top tuners in the country. And best of all, he personally owns a GT350, so we know the tune's going to be spot on. So follow along as we show you how to load an LR-nGauge tune on your late model Shelby. The LR-nGauge tuner is a small but very powerful tuning device for your late model Mustang. We have tunes available here at CJ Pony Parts for the LR-nGauge from Lund for your 2007 through 2016 Shelby, along with any 2011 through 2016 Mustang. The kits can include the LR-nGauge tuner, a custom tune for your vehicle, along with the accessories and a cable to hook it up. In the case of our Shelby, we're going to be mounting it onto the windshield. We're going to use this suction cup, which is also available and sold separately. The LR-nGauge offers a lot of value in that it's not just a tuner. This is obviously going to allow us to flash tune our car and do it much faster than competing products, but it's also going to do a killer job of doing data logging and give us real-time analysis by putting different gauges that are fully controllable and fully selectable right on the screen. We'll start by plugging in the tuner to power it up. The OBD2 port on the Shelby is located right here underneath the dash. And once you plug it in, it'll power right up. When you first fire up the LR-nGauge, these are the three options you'll get on your main screen. You'll get gauges, tuning, and diagnostic. We'll start with gauge and just kind of show you how it works. Everything is touchscreen on here. Going to connect. What you want to do is hit the key on. That's my fault, key is on. Now the key on, basically this is now a data logging configuration. You can data log pretty much anything the OBD2 can find, so you literally have hundreds, over 1,000 of different things you can data log. Let's scroll through here. Now we'll let it scan. No. Now basically it found 62 different signals that were active right now without even going through and choosing the ones. These are the ones we can go through. And you can see, you pick different signals, you can get different style displays, you can change colors, all kinds of options for how the display is going to look. I'll go back to the display here. In our case, we've got air-fuel ratio, ACT temperature, barrel mount pressure. There's all kinds of different things you can adjust on here. This is one of the reasons a lot of people like to mount the LR-nGauge in their vehicle. Unlike a lot of tuners where you flash a computer, maybe throw it in the trunk if you're not going to use it or bring it out occasionally, the LR-nGauge is a full-time tool. I mean, you can use this, you can do all kinds of things on here. You can do fuel pressure, boost, all kinds of different applications. Real-time gauges you're going to add to your car, which is going to basically give you more idea of what's going on under the hood. Now we're going to get out of here. We'll exit the gauges for a minute here, and we'll go down to Diagnostics. Diagnostics, again, you've got data logging, you have USB. This actually will read to a micro SD card and store data logs. You then put them in the included adapter. You've got settings. Now you've got read codes and clear codes. So if you ever get a check engine light, you can come in here, click on read codes, and it's going to search the vehicle and see if you have any kind of check engine lights on. In our case, we didn't have any. But if you do get one, you can also clear them while you're in there. Then you have vehicle info as well to tell you the VIN, computer code, stuff like that. Now we're going to get out of this screen as well and go to the most important one, which is going to be tuning. And when you come in here, you got vehicle info, status, load tune. Status will tell you if the car is currently tuned or not. We know it's not, so we're going to go right into load tune. And that'll bring up the description. It can hold multiple tunes, so it's going to ask you which ones you want to go through. In our case, it says just one of one because we only have one tune set up for this car, which is a pump gas tune for GT350 with the JLT cold air intake. You have multiple tunes, you simply hit the arrow and you can scroll through and pick the one you want. In our case, like I said, we only have one, so we're going to click on the check mark. Do you want to flash this tune? Yes, we do. Hit the check mark again. It'll give you an idea what it'll take. Now in this case, 8 minutes is honestly a little bit higher than it normally takes, but that's about the worst case scenario for your first flash tune. Now, a lot of other devices, This will already be half what a lot of their competitors are going to do. But once you flash it the first time, reflashing it is going to be less than a minute every time. You can see it's communicating with the car. Lights are going to go on, noises will go off. It's perfectly normal. Don't worry about any of that. Now what it's doing here is it's downloading the factory calibration from our GT350 and storing it in the N-Gauge tuner. That way if we ever want to go back to stock, we simply go back in. Once we've loaded a tune, stock will be one of our options for tuning, and we can go back to stock if we wanted to. Now that it downloaded the factory tune, it's going to erase it, so it's going to upload the Lund tune from the N-Gauge. And there you go, the tune's installed successfully. You'll know you're done. All the lights will turn on in the car, beepers and buzzers will all go off. You can see here, installed successfully. Then turn the key off. Basically wait 10 seconds till everything powers down, and you're good to go to start the car. What you want to do then is start it, and you'll know immediately if the tune's installed, make sure it'll idle right, everything will feel good. It fires up, settles to a nice idle. And our tune was loaded successfully. Here we simply fished the wire up behind the kick panel, through here to sort of pushed it in there. Stuck it on the window. You can see the N-Gauge is nice and easily in view from the driver. You're kind of out of the way. It's great if you want to have active gauges on when you're driving. The N-Gauge tuner from Lund Racing is very easy to install, and it's a great tool to have for any Mustang, particularly a track car like the Shelby GT350. It's a great way to load the tune, which will give us a lot more horsepower and torque and improve our drivability. The real benefit for me is the addition of all these gauges, especially in a car like this. Being able to monitor all that information, have it that close to the driver, is going to basically be priceless. As far as loading up the tune, it's about a 10-minute process. We'll be back on the road in no time.